Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy, and we're two tenderfoot tourists. Welcome to episode 84, the one about wonders of wildlife, Kid's Eye View.
As everybody knows, we live in Springfield metro area, and we have something great here. Not only is it the headquarters for Bass Pro,
the business
the
itself,
number one place, but they also have something wonderful called the Wonders of Wildlife, and they got a huge aquarium. And we've all heard our opinions of what we thought of the aquarium side of the Wonders of Wildlife. Now we've brought someone in the studio who is how old?
9.
You're 9 years old. And could you share with everybody what your name is and
how do you know us?
How do you know us?
Hello, my name is Evan. I'm 9 years old, and who has just talked with you at the beginning is my aunt and uncle.
Yeah,
there you go.
We're the coolest aunt and uncle ever.
Oh yeah.
Are you all by yourself?
Who did you bring with you?
My daddy and my mama.
There you go.
Say hello, John.
Hello.
I really expected him to go, hello, John.
I did too. I really did.
I avoided doing that.
And our wonderful sister-in-law. Say hi, Tori.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. So, Hannah, how many times have you been to Wonders of Wildlife? Evan?
I think 2 times. I mean 2.
2 times?
Sorry.
Now, you just recently went here for spring break, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now in a nutshell, what would you say is your favorite part of and that is the aquarium side, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Correct.
What has been your favorite fish or favorite exhibit or?
Probably the. Oh my goodness, there's so many to choose from.
You're right, it's huge.
Yeah.
I know. I think it is probably the shipwreck room.
Shipwreck room, okay.
Yeah,
I think that's Uncle Stevie's one of his favorite places too.
When you would first enter it, you would look up and there's all these like hammerhead sharks and all this other stuff. And then you would look forward, there would be this huge wreck, and then
didn't they have that tube aquarium that's right in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the stingrays swimming around the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And you would like curl your hand into a ball like this, and then you would put it in the water, and they would come towards that. But I think my favorite exhibit would be where you touch the stingrays. It feels like you're actually touching the ocean yourself, like you're touching the heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, the heart of the ocean. I like that.
Yeah.
What did you think about the way the shipwreck room looks? It's pretty amazing to look at it, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It looks really wrecky.
That's really wrecky.
Looks really
okay.
wrecky.
So I got a question. So this was a field trip.
Well, he has gone twice because my father took me, Ryan, and Evan there.
Oh, okay.
And so
I thought both times that he had went with field trips, so this
So
makes
did
a
I.
big difference.
Yeah, so the first time we went, it was with my father back in last June, and then he went this past a week ago.
Yeah, I went with Cub Care, which is a thing where it's like sort of daycare, but for like older kids.
Okay.
Like on spring breaks, like if parents are not able to watch their kids while on spring break, they take them to Cub Care, which is where they have their kids being watched and have fun. You also sometimes see your classmates there.
So there was a lot of kids that went there, right?
Yeah, lots of kids.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Get to go with a friend, hang out with buddies.
Yeah, I made not many friends, but I still had fun.
It's a lot of fun to go on field trips.
I know.
So Evan, my question is, which was better? I mean, I know you have fun with your grandpa, so I'm not meaning anything against your grandpa, but which one did you like better, being in the group from school or being with your grandpa and your mom and brother?
Yeah, I think it's Papu, Mom, and Ryan. I think that's the best time I had with them.
Yeah, I think that would probably have been a lot more fun since he likes to go at his own pace.
That's the thing we all agreed on, is the fact that we like to go slow and easy, and we like to read things and experience it and not just rush through.
Yeah.
You like to do that, Evan? You like to take your time going through the aquarium?
Yeah, I like to scan the whole place and
look for every detail.
Not leave a trace.
Huh?
Yeah, we kind of had to we ran a little bit quicker through it because Ryan, of course, short attention span. But I think if we didn't have Ryan and it was just the three of us.
Well, tell everybody how old Ryan is, though.
Well, Ryan is 4.
Yeah.
At the time, he had just turned 4. That was his birthday present.
Oh, that's true.
Hey,
Lots of energy.
I have a rhyme. Wait, I scanned the place with no trace.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
But what was
Everybody's
great about the Wonders of Wildlife, even for a 4-year-old, there were things that he would stop and go, wow, look at this. You know, like the giant whales, the shark, the mouth of the shark.
Right.
Yeah, and
Could you get him to stand in it?
no.
I wondered. I was like, that doesn't sound like something Ryan would want.
No, he was a little bit more apprehensive, yeah. But there was enough things that caught his attention.
So, okay.
Tara.
So, go back to Wonders of Wildlife.
Okay, Wonders of Wildlife. There's a big aquarium where you can see all around you. There's like you have to have like a wristband to go in. Like they have to check. Like you show them, and so you get to go in. You get to see all the big creatures. Even more stingray. There's one big stingray in there, and sorry, my dad's showing me something. It's distracting me. Sorry.
Man, Dad.
So much for helping.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but I remember when we were in there, we saw a leopard shark swimming around in there.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Those are so cool.
I know. Oh, the potato cod, the big, round ones with the brown dots, and also that weird eel that it's kind of like a really, really bright orange, green.
Yep, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
I don't know the name. I can't remember any.
Are
of
you
them.
kidding me? You don't know the name of it?
I forgot. I forgot.
You're in trouble now.
Mhm.
Okay,
You're
so
nothing.
what'd you think of the giant shark jaws that you got? The bones, the jaws,
teeth.
Oh
teeth.
my gosh! Guess what?
What?
I think. Okay, so one of my friends said like, "Oh look, it's the size of a what are the big sharks called there?
Great white?
No. Bigger.
Think bigger, huh?
Megalodon.
Megalodon. Yeah. Hey guys, look.
Hey, you're
Look
good.
at that.
You think like a third grader.
Oh, kids always talk about
I
the
am a
megalodon.
third grader.
I was talking about Uncle Stevie, though.
when I'm as tall as a fifth grader.
Okay, finish your thought. You were
you'll
saying
grow out of it.
you were talking about the teeth. Go ahead.
And so they said, "Oh my goodness, the jaws are as big as a megalodon's face." So, and guess what? It was actually as big as this table. They would be way bigger. They would be even
It would be way bigger,
It
wouldn't
would
it?
be bigger than this house, even this area. I mean, it's big.
So I have a question. If you had if they say, hey, listen, any one of these fish you want to have in your house as a big tank, which one would you
In a
probably
big
take
tank.
in a big tank at home?
Oh, that's a hard decision.
There's that many?
Wow, you threw him for a
I
loop.
did.
Guys, can you give me a few minutes?
No, you don't have a few minutes. I'm going to give you
This is a podcast, dude.
30 seconds.
Think on your feet. Let's do this.
Oh wait, okay. Gosh, my brain is.
I would totally do the eel
Would you?
because they're
Yeah.
so cool looking. They're a little scary, but
I would do the tiny little jellyfish that go bloop bloop.
okay. The
the
jellyfish
jellyfish
were
are
so cool.
They're cute.
So you would like to have jellyfish?
Yeah.
They actually have tanks that I've seen them at the pet store where they have the little jellyfish. in them.
Really?
Okay, I need to give me one of those. Guys, you can get one
What do
too.
you feed a jellyfish?
I have no clue.
That is a really good question. I have no idea.
Oh, they're fish. I don't know.
They don't even have stomachs.
So there's also a place that people can put on diving gear
Oh yeah.
and swim with sharks.
Oh, that is so scary. I think they're trained or tamed so they don't bite people's legs off or arm. No arm.
Usually, whenever it comes to sharks and stuff that they have in there, they keep them well fed for one. Okay, so they're not finding you interesting as food. Okay, so and second of all, it's a misnomer that says that sharks purposely go after people.
No.
That's not usually it. Usually they look at you as like, oh, the reason why they might think you as food is because one, they're hungry, and two, you might look like something they would normally
Like
eat.
a seal
Like
or
a
a sea
seal,
lion.
yeah.
Oh,
Jellyfish made from plankton eggs.
Really?
That's what it
Ooh.
says. It says it's a special formulated for jellyfish.
Interesting.
So you can actually buy this stuff.
Guys, you've been just educated.
I found a place that you can actually buy an entire jellyfish art desktop tank setup.
No way.
Yeah,
I wonder if
think
it
it-
comes with lighting and stuff that you can transition and stuff like that.
That would be so cool. You think about trying to sleep and having that in your room. It would be soothing to watch them. It'd be like mesmerizing.
How long does a jellyfish live for?
I don't know. But it does also just say that you can hatch your own live food.
Oh, live food. I was like, what?
Yeah. And it's basically a brine shrimp hatcher. And
I love shrimp.
I don't think you would eat these. These are
No.
really cool. But,
Never mind.
Nice try.
Anyway, so
Out of the entire museum and on the aquarium side, which one of the displays made your jaw drop? Which one of the many things that you saw in there, like the whales or the shark displays, or was it the fish tanks, or was it type of fish? Which one caught your attention the most?
I think it was where it was a huge school of fish, and there was just thousands.
Oh, he's talking about that big tank when you first walk in.
It was where that there would be this big swarm of little tiny fish, and I would look, I would go to the top, I would look down, I would look going, and I'm like, oh my god.
So they were swirling, weren't they? They were swimming together.
Yeah,
and swirling in that
it's
thing.
a
That
fish
is so
tornado.
cool.
Did you see the shark that was swimming through that too?
Yeah, but do they eat them?
No.
So it's just supposed to look like they're
No, it's really a shark. It's just that it doesn't eat them.
yeah. It's supposed to look like those scenes where they hunt through the yeah, but they're not really eating them.
No.
Because then that would be too terrifying for the kids.
You'd have to keep replacing the fish too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though, right? I like that a lot. And then, isn't there a spot where you stand and you look up and there's stingray laying across?
Huh?
Also, or was that at the? I get that and Myrtle mixed up. So
Yeah. No, I know.
Myrtle Beach.
I know that there was a place where
yes.
where you walk in and you got all the fishing trophies and stuff like that, and you go around the corner, and then you got this little area that's underneath the tank where they have the school of fish going around in a circle, and you can look straight up in a window at the bottom of the tank. I know. Is that what you're talking about?
is that different than the one
Yeah,
that's
that's
like a bubble?
I
like a
told you
little
I was
dome?
looking from
Well,
underneath
yeah, it's different
and
from a
above.
dome. You can quite
And-
literally just look straight up, and it's just a window for you to look up in there.
And so I would look up, but there's lights, so it's blinding me, so I couldn't really see it. But
Right.
only for a few seconds I could see the huge swirl or the eye of the fishy storm.
No.
Guess what?
Fishy storm.
I called it Sharknado.
Sharknado. That's awesome.
I forgot the theme song was like dun 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 dun, dun Sharknado dun dun dun. Dun.
So, it's funny because when we went, we did the same thing, didn't we? We stood there beside
Yeah.
them watching them, not underneath them, but we stood at the side watching them, and we just stood there, and the kids started walking away
mesmerizing.
and leaving us because they were beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I have a question for you, Evan.
Yes.
If they could put whatever you wanted that's real, nothing from video games, nothing from your imagination, but some kind of a sea animal or lake animal in that museum, an aquarium area, if they could put anything you wanted in there, what would you suggest?
I think it would be in the Twilight Zone where, do you know those weird piranha, big jaw-looking piranha things that have the weird light that...
Oh,
yeah.
The
Lure.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it hooks, it lays right here, and so the...
Oh, those are
and it-
cool and scary.
And then they, fling it, where it's going towards their mouth, and then they go, hound.
Yep.
And grab whatever they lure in, don't they?
Yeah, that would be fun
Is
to
that
watch.
what they're called? Is lurefish?
Yep. Yeah.
Dude,
Lurefish.
I
It's
really
a-
didn't expect that from him. That is
I didn't
awesome.
either.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the high level name. I mean, there's probably more scientific names for
Right.
them, but the lure fish, because they have that little dangling light that they dangle.
Anglerfish,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, angler. Yeah.
Anglerfish
That's another one.
and lurefish.
Yeah.
Those things are terrifying. They're the ones you find really low in the high pressure areas
Yeah.
of the ocean.
That's why he
It's
was
real
calling it
dark.
the Twilight. It's really dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
was a
like
good
little monsters.
pick.
Yeah, they're water monsters.
Yeah, they really are.
Hey,
That
guys.
was a really good pick.
Can I go get my drink back there, please? Can I go get my drink real quick?
Sure, I'll pause it.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's it. There you go. We're no longer paused.
To introduce a little levity to the podcast, we again bring to you words of wisdom from You Know You've Reached Middle Age If.
You were at the first Woodstock. Guys, what's that? What's a Woodstock? Guys, what's Woodstock? Can you tell me?
Isn't that a bird that Snoopy hangs out with?
Oh.
You were at your first Woodstock.
At the first Woodstock, yes.
I've never heard of a Woodstock.
Ask your dad.
Dad, what's a Woodstock?
I wasn't there either.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, none of us were. Yes, we're not middle-aged yet if we weren't there.
That's right.
This broadcast just stood up a whole new level. I do not know.
Stood up a new level.
Guys,
Stood up.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Okay.
This
That was a really good
Don't
pick,
do the
by the
guy.
way. So, going back, I'm really impressed that the lure fish is the thing you thought of. Most people, I mean, first thing that comes to my head, I was thinking like an actual whale. Mm-hmm. That sort of thing. But the fact that you would mention that one shows me that you really do have an interest in sea creatures. You do like the oddities, if you will, that is in the ocean, don't you?
Yeah, the weird
strange
fish that
things.
has like this weird big red forehead that looks like it got bumped by something.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I love it.
I think they're called like it has like something red devil thing.
Oh, really? Does it move?
Yeah.
Like jelly? Is it like jelly-like in the front?
Jelly.
I know there's like a fish that's kind of like a brain fish. There's also some goldfish that have.
It's,
that
yeah.
It's
red
so big
puffy
it covers
thing.
his eyes so he can't see.
I don't
anywhere,
remember
so
what
he
they're
just
called.
They
bumps
look
his
like they have a giant tumor in
Yeah.
the front of their head.
Yeah.
It's
They're
like,
so weird.
but it's actually how they're made.
That is how they're made.
They're pretty cool looking, though.
God depended
But
to
the-
make a fish that looked kind of funny.
But the fish.
He called it tumor fish. Mm-hmm.
The
Tumor fish.
So, don't put him on the team that decides the names of new finds.
No,
The tumor.
Oh, I'd have so much fun
the
with
tumor
that.
fish.
So, but
Tumor fish.
yeah, it was kind of cool that he came up with something kind of outside of the normal.
Very
scope
unique,
of,
yeah.
And I mean, and in that zone, the Twilight Zone or whatever, what's kind of cool. Yeah,
When he
they
said the
have,
Twilight Zone, I was like, we're going on the fictitious, but then I realized what he was talking about.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
It's
Like the
yeah.
dark part of the ocean.
But
The really
that's also
deep,
where a
deep,
lot of the fish have a natural biological luminescence, so they can glow and stuff like that.
And there is a lot down there that would be an amazing exhibit.
And there's but you know what? I don't. I wonder.
There's no way to do it, I don't think.
Well, I think the water pressure.
Yeah,
For them, I think they would almost have to have them in a pressurized environment.
Yeah, see, and that's
'cause I
just it.
think-
They've tried to bring those things up,
Right, and they don't live.
They don't live at all.
Right.
They get sick and die, or the water pressure is not good for them, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that's why everything that they do have, they've either
I think so.
videoed via water drones because it's so deep, or they've observed from special crafts. But,
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, right. Yeah, anything that you've ever seen them say that they brought back up the surface is no longer, it's demised.
Dad, can I talk?
It's all about you.
Yes, please, Evan, contribute.
I'm
All
sorry,
about you.
Dad. I'll have you still in the talk.
Oh, I get to participate. Thank you very much.
So nice of you.
Oh, isn't it?
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say that we should have a thing where, like, we have these special tubes that
Sorry, you're cracking me up. Go ahead.
So there should be a tube that goes down really deep, like it can take pressure, and there's an aquarium or a place that you can go and you can see all the creatures that are.
So you're saying we should have a way to go down below the deep where we're safe to observe all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be incredible. That would take
Guess
a
what?
lot of money and ingenuity.
Transparent
And guess
aluminum.
what?
Yes.
How you get into the tube? The thing that you get into to go down through the tube. It looks like a porta potty.
Wow. You were that specific. It has to look
Evan
like
is
a
going to be an
porta-potty.
inventor.
Yes.
Guess what? It's kind of like Flint Lockwood. The chance meatballs, how he gets inside his thing, it looks like a porta potty. It's a porta potty.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
So, one thing that I would like Evan to describe a little bit more
Yes.
is the kids area.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys go into the kids area and pet some of those sea urchins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that. Like there would be these weird potato-looking things, and they'd be on the side, and they would be like kind of furry or
Ferdy.
You said Ferdy. I heard Ferdy.
I
Get a
heard
little closer
Ferdy.
to your microphone.
furry.
Yes.
And so, as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with a itty bitty guy, I'm going to say itty bitty because at just turning 4, he was quite a handful. But that area that's being designated for the kids, that is a pretty cool area. He really enjoyed that one. And I would say Evan enjoyed it too, allowing them to be able to pet and touch things that they've never, they wouldn't have any.
Not normally,
idea.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this in the past. Well, first of all, anytime a child can have it hands-on, where they can feel it, and they don't have to imagine what it feels like. They can actually feel what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's better.
Exactly.
It's going to be in their memory. But we talked about just as adults, if we're living in the Midwest and we don't have the chance to travel, that is just huge.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, we're the belly button of the United States.
I love that.
So, I mean,
The belly button.
the belly button.
With the
of
lint and all, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I have a question for Evan that it doesn't have anything to do with Wonders of Wildlife, but since we are a travel podcast,
Oh, okay. Let's go.
I wanted to know, it's a 2-part question. If you could go anywhere for a vacation, where would you go and why?
Where I would go? Oh. Guys, watch out, Dad's back.
Focus.
I am.
If you could go anywhere for vacation, where would you go and why?
I would, yeah.
So, like, there's lots of places to go that I can throw out there just to make you start thinking better. Like we like to go to Alabama to Orange Beach because we like going to the ocean.
We like going to Colorado
We like going to Colorado.
because we have mountains.
We even like just going to Branson.
I think Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Hawaii. Because it's nice and tropical, but I don't even, is it still covered in lava?
No.
No, it's not covered in lava.
They do have volcanoes there that are still active.
Yeah.
A
but-
major eruption actually happened this past year.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, is it still covered? Like,
It's not a big deal
No.
as it was.
Now, did you know that Hawaii is not one island, but it's several?
yeah. It's a whole island together, but like the water's covering most of it, so it's like it looks like it's split up into multiple. So like the rock or the formation is kind of like spiky and it has like bumps, like but the water covered it, so making it look like it's multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Series of islands.
Yeah.
That's why don't they call part of it like the Big Island?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where the volcano was actually.
Yeah, the main.
See, we want to go there because of the tropical. That, I mean, something about it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The trees and the flowers and everything.
Yeah, until
And the barbecue.
And the history.
and the history.
Oh, it's actually beautiful land, and look at those ribs
Did you know that they cook a pig in the ground?
in Hawaii.
What
Yeah.
would you?
Yeah, they put coals in the ground, and then they put the pig in there, and then they cover it up with like palm leaves.
Yeah.
And then
It's crazy, right?
Then it tastes
bury said
like
pig and come back. And
Hey, Evan, we should tell Sean
delicious.
that when he gets his house that we should do that out on his land.
Oh,
I say we do it and not tell him.
Then if I come home one day and he's like,
Why is
"What
the
are
ground
you
smoldering
doing?"
and it smells delicious?
There you go. Kyle. I started calling Kyle.
wait.
Evan, would you go back?
Go back to what?
Wonders of Wildlife.
Okay.
If you had the chance, would you go back?
If I had the chance, I would try and go. Like, if it's really crowded, I would hold off until it would not have so much people. Like,
So you would like to go back, but just not on a crowded day?
yeah, I don't want it to be like an
Not
airport.
in a group?
Not like an airport where it just has huge crowds of people. No. I want it to be a park. A park where there's not much people.
You
I
like,
get it.
You like to have room and be able to look at everything without having to
Yeah.
contend with more people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot nicer when you
I'll-
don't get pushed away from what you're looking at because you feel bad because you don't want to block it from somebody else. It's nice when you get to take your time.
Before we wrap this up, I'm just wondering, what is the weirdest one you saw there? Like, it looks like it comes from another planet. You can even name one of the ones you've already mentioned. So, out of all the things you saw there.
It was probably that fish with the fish that was not really a beluga whale, but it had like the forehead of one. It was red and it looked like it got bumped.
Yep.
Bumpy head.
That is very weird. I have to agree with you.
I do too.
For me, I
Bumpy
think
head.
the eel is always the creepiest, weirdest thing I see.
The light green eel.
There was a couple of different kinds in there, but the green one was really wild.
Oh, I think the weirdest one are the eels that come out of the little holes in the shipwreck room. There's a little like, they would be like
Poke their faces out. And
Yeah. There's that.
Water snakes, that's all I think when I see them.
Yeah.
They're actually kind of cute.
Well, good for you.
What an excellent episode we have today. Am
Again,
I right?
we're that good.
It's like, I don't know of a bad episode we've ever had.
We were all over the place, but he is 9.
He is 9. Yes. So, thank you so much for listening to episode 84. Yeah.
84. The one about...
Wonders of Wildlife, Kid's Eye View.
We want to say thank you for coming on, Evan, John, and Tori.
Yeah, you're welcome. Had a great time.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness, it was so fun.
That's awesome.
Thanks for having us.
No, it was our pleasure, actually. This was good. It's a long time coming, actually.
I hope everybody that was listening to this had a fun time listening to it.
We do, too. That's a good thing to wish for people,
That's
right?
the goal.
That is the goal. Yes.
And I hope that everybody listening decides to go to Wonders of Wildlife just because Evan liked it.
There you go. You can say Mikey likes it. We can say Evan liked it.
That's right.
Guys, it's worth it epic.
So to summarize,
Oh, yes. Two Tenderfoot Tourists is a weekly family-friendly podcast. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to Podbean, Apple Podcast, Sandy Bumped the Microphone, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Spotify, just to name a few.
to get in touch with us and chat about the podcast or even your travel experiences, simply email us at tenderfoottourist@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Keep those suggestions coming, and maybe you'll give us our best episode of 2019. I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy.
Until next time.
Stay tender.